Hello, YouTube. I've been really thinking about the resource-based economy, and I've been looking into a lot of anarcho-capitalists because I believe that that's the mentality that needs to get in there is kind of an anarchist kind of thing. My problem is with the capitalists. Most of those people that I've been reading up and looking at and trying to get my head around, most of them are anarcho-capitalists that believe, or a derivative thereof, and they seem to think that the idea of the Venus Project is a load of horseshit, and they have no clear-cut view on it. And if you're a pickle grower, how do you get cheese if the cheesemaker doesn't want to give you cheese for your pickles? Um, my question is why are you growing pickles and why are you making cheese? Like, seriously, like, the whole idea of capitalism is to see a problem and make a profit off of it. Uh, or to stimulate a problem and make a profit off of it. So all capitalism to me is just an illusion. It's just a load of horseshit. Especially now that we have these machines that one man can do the work of 1,000 men now, with computers and robots and stuff like that, automation. Um, Same with even food production. The whole pickle cheese thing. Why don't we have facilities that we can go down and just pick the fruit fresh? If you don't want to be a picker, just go down and grab it. Right. See, my problem is because people right now are working in a job and trying to find time to do the things that they need to do. They're working in this job to get this individual that owns this place to make a profit, to make money, to expand his business, to make himself wealthy, yet you're the actual one doing the labor to make him profit. The labor is the thing that people just kind of throw away. They hold this capital up, saying capital is the way to go. Capital is the illusion. Capital's not real. It's just it's an agreement on what is real. It's not real. The labor is real. If Why not build places that facilitate the needs of the individual? Not businesses to make a profit, but actually things to facilitate the community to get what they want. Have like a reclamation, construction, distribution center. If I want a car, I go onto this thing, and it's kind of a new idea. It's called a computer. I go on that, and I see what available resources are there to build what I want to build. So say if I want to build a car, I go down and I see what models there are available within my region, what my system down at the construction system is tooled for. So I see the models that it's tooled for. 100 models, maybe 200 models. And they're really nice models. I like all the models. And then from where I'm tooled to make these specific models, I look at it and I say, what resources do I have to make these models? It might cut that down, or it might keep the amount of models that this system is tooled for to make. It might vary depending on the resources that I have. Say I have the resources to make that car. I could nowadays you can pretty much make it by yourself. You might need a few extra guys to help. So I think I have friends. I think I have people that might want to help me. I could go up to them. My neighbor next door, if he didn't have a job or do anything, and he's actually everything is like you don't have a job. Just basically you do what you need to get done, and you do it. He doesn't have a job. He wants to rip up his lawn and resod the whole thing, and it's going to take a couple of days. And I say to him, you know what? My wife and I, we're going to reclaim the car that we have. It's the muffler's gone, the tranny's going, a lot of the computer systems going. So I'm going to go reclaim it and build a new car. You want to give me a hand? I need somebody else to give me a hand. My wife's going to be there, and my kids are going to come down, and we're all going to build it together. And he goes, yeah, sure. You want to help me out with my lawn? Sure, we'll do that over beers. Come on down. I picked the design. I made a claim on the design. I made a claim on the resources. So I have the resources to build the car. We'll go down. I've got myself in the queue. Next week we start. I've kind of opened that up because we're going to do some food picking at the the food gardens that we have. So we're going out in the next couple of days. We're going to do some food picking, and I might go hunting with a couple of buddies. So anyways, we do our food picking, we go hunting, and then it comes to the day that we actually go down to build this car. So we make a day of it. We make a lunch, we get the kids ready, my wife, my neighbor, and he decides to bring his wife and kids. He goes, you know what? We need a new car too. We're going to drive down. We're going to rebuild. We're going to get a new car or see what they have down at the distribution center. He doesn't really want to build one. He just kind of wants to go down and get an extra car because his wife needs one. And that's to say that we each individually have a car. We haven't built a system that uses like something else. I'm just saying that the way we have it right now. I want a car. He wants a car. So anyways, we go down to the distribution center. He drives down, and I drive down in my own old car. And we get in there, and the computer, we drive it into the reclamation center, and the computer starts picking the car apart depending on the model. And we leave. It puts the metal in the metal, and the glass in the glass, and the rubber in the rubber, and the computers in the computers, and it does that. I watch it. I help it. I pull things off. My sons are in there pulling it apart. It takes us maybe 5 or 6 hours to rip this. The whole day's gone. We finished the car. Hey, how's it going? That was wonderful. We reclaim that car. We have our lunch. We go home. My buddy says, well, I picked up a car. I went down to the distribution center. There was about 6 or 7 models that were already made down there. I checked them out, and I picked one of them. He wanted a truck because he's resodding, so he got himself a truck, and he's home now. So we've reclaimed all that stuff, and tomorrow we're going in to construct the car. So we get home after 8 hours of working there, and he has his truck, and he's gone and picked up the sod for tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to work 8 hours, and then I'm going to come home and I'm going to give him a hand with his lawn. So he comes out the next day, and him and I and my family start to use the designs and the models to build the car that we had. We use the computer system, and more than likely, if you were to build a computer system, you have stage 1, stage 2 like this, and you'd move down the stages, and you'd have the computer and the construction units to make it, and you'd monitor it with your friends, and if it needs stuff hoisted up, you walk over and hoist it up, put it on, you sit there for 8 hours building that car. You build like 4 cars out of those 8 hours. I think every hour a car rolls off at Ford, and I think from zero to finished product, it takes approximately 6 man-hours to build a car. So we have my 4 family members and his 4 family members, and we're building cars together. We're lifting, communicating. We have a break at lunch. We have something to eat at the distribution center. They have restaurants out there, so we go there. We have something to eat. We pick from the food trees or the food forest. We make our lunches. We eat our lunches. We meet other people that are doing designs. Instead of us doing it separately, we all get together. We come together. We finish off our cars. The whole week has been spent building cars, and I've built a relationship between my neighbor. This is where my wealth comes from. I built the relationship from my neighbor. My knowledge has increased because I understand the car that I'm driving. It's not just me picking it up and driving away. I know what items are in there. I know how they're used, and I know why they're used. I know how to fix them. I know where to fix them. I can get the tools to fix them. I don't need a maintenance place to do it. Even if I don't want to do it, maybe my neighbor likes cars and he likes fiddling with cars. I don't know. I might not even like cars. I might not even want to construct a car. I might just go down to sit on my computer and go, oh, look, they have items down there. Oh, some people built some extra cars. Oh, I'll take one of those cars. That's where I can choose where my quality comes from. I can choose the quality that somebody else built, or I can build it myself, or I can build multiple items of that item and pick the one that I want and give the other ones away, like put it in the distribution center. If I don't have an item, I can go onto the computer and see what city or what country has the items that I need or the raw resources that I need and see what they will give me in exchange. I have the world to look at now because I have this thing called the computer, and I have the ability to construct and build things without ownership, but actually to construct these things to trade with other people. So my community can become richer. Why would I sell all the resources of one specific resource to benefit myself? Like if I'm down there and oh, I can, and I sell all the resources. I've made a claim to all those resources, so they know that I've sold all those resources. And if it is going to cause harm or loss or anything to my community can bring me up on charges and say, well, why would you do this? And not punish me and throw me in jail and make me build license plates, but actually teach me why giving away all those resources to benefit yourself actually is more of a detriment to yourself. The community kind of teaches instead of punishes. So I don't know. I think it's really going to be a different perspective to look at stuff. We could have food forests, we could have reclamation, distribution, and construction centers. Our laws can be built not necessarily off of punishment, but off of education, because most of the crimes that are in there are for nonviolent crimes, and most of them there are for a lot of them are there for monetary crimes, and most of the violent crimes are spurred on because of money, and the ones that are taking of goods. And the ones that are actual violence against other individuals, a lot of them might be just heat of the moment, and those individuals are upstanding citizens until that moment. And a lot of that stuff is spurred on because of, you can't pay your taxes, you can't pay your rent, you're struggling to get by, because you're separated from what's really going on in life, because you're doing this here to get this, but you don't understand this. You need to understand this. And that's where I find money makes you not understand anything. It makes you go, fuck, and it makes somebody else go, oh, I can manipulate them and steal from them, because money is separate from oneself, and people don't understand that. Anyways, it's just a rant on how a resource-based economy would work. I think anarcho-capitalism is wonderful. I think the idea of making profit off of somebody else is just disgusting. I think wealth comes from the community, and labor put within that community. Nowadays, I think the way we do trade, it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter, even if I put up the most wonderful argument with charts and graphs and that, the greedy people of this world will continue to fight to hold on to what they think is theirs. And it doesn't matter if all the good people in the world point out all the facts to these people. These people are sick psychopaths that need help. I believe that our leaders are those sociopaths that are out there that have trickled up to those high-ranking things. Don't give a shit about the people that are under them, and don't give a damn about the environment that they're living in. Because if they did, they would start to move towards more sustainable living, and not monetizing everything, but actually making things sustainable and having a growth paradigm, not necessarily in the physical, but in the mental. We're missing something here. I don't know what it is.